Bonger, bonger. Good morning. It is 1:30 right now. I don't even know what day it is. Wednesday. It's 1:30 on Wednesday, the 23rd of January. And um, I like my camera, but I think I want a better one. Right now I'm shooting on the Rebel T7i, and it does okay. But my issue with it is that no matter like what, the fastest lens, and I could try to have as much lighting as I want, but I still feel like I have to push the ISO up to get proper exposure. I still have to bump the ISO, and usually if you bump the ISO just a little bit, there's no real issue. The optimal ISO for this camera is like 100. Um, but to get proper exposure, like right now, I have a huge sliding glass door, two of them, and the light is coming in and everything. And my camera's still telling me that it's a bit underexposed. I even turned my light on with the fan over there, and I'm still underexposed, I guess, and I'm on 200 ISO. So I don't know what to do about that. Like, do I bump the ISO to 400 and then get grain? Because usually if you bump the ISO a little bit, there's not a huge issue. But this camera is like you just can't bump the ISO because the amount of grain that shows up, that color grain, it's just terrible. So, for optimal shooting, it has to be at 100. But how am I supposed to keep it at 100 and get proper light, even with a 1.8? And I'm shooting at 24 or 25 frames. Yeah, it's 24 frames a second, 180-degree shutter angle, or as close as I can get to it. So I'm at 50, 1/50, and yeah, as bright as it could be, it's still telling me it's underexposed. And it says that, but then I look at the actual, like the framing right there, the little screen, and if I go like this, my arm looks like it's overexposed. Now, I don't know, is it? It could be. I'm not sure. Maybe I should just put this on auto. I always try to keep everything on manual, but like I'm just having a hard time getting this right. So what I'm thinking of doing is just maybe getting a camera that like has better, high ISOs. I mean, I know I don't want to push it as much, but I mean, I could try to get better lighting, but like I don't know how much better it's gonna get. I have two sliding glass doors, fully open. It's sunny outside, Florida, 1 p.m., like peak sun time. And I got a fan on with like three lights on it, and the light coming from over there. Yet it's still telling me it's a bit underexposed, and it looks overexposed. Like I don't, like this looks super bright. I don't know if this is clipping. That's another thing. The dynamic range, terrible. It shoots in, the codec is like H.264. And if I'm like just the slightest bit overexposed, like let's say like I'm outside and it's wide open, and it tells me that I'm good exposure wise. I'm looking at it, it's looking like it's fine. The little thing is right in the middle. It's still, and it still clips, and it'll clip a little bit, and then I'll try to bring it back. It's like a little bit over, and I can't. There's nothing, there's nothing to recover. It's just gone. So I find that the range of like the good range of like proper exposure is so little, because the other thing is if I record and it's slightly underexposed and I try to bring up that shadow detail, it's impossible. It's extremely grainy. Now I don't have that much. Like I'm new to cameras, so I don't know if that's just me. I don't know if that's every camera. But it seems like other people don't have the same issues I do. I use DaVinci Resolve, and I've used footage from other cameras. Like I go online and I download like their actual footage in the proper codec, and then I transcode, I guess is what you call it, so that I'm able to edit it. And then when I try to mess with the exposure, like in DaVinci Resolve, I could bring stuff back if it's a little overexposed, or if it's underexposed, I bring it up and it's fine. I don't lose detail. But when I do it with my camera, or my footage rather, it just looks so bad. Also, I'm using a specific picture profile for this camera. I'm not using, because, okay, it comes with like neutral, and then it comes with like a few other picture profiles. But I downloaded, I think it's like Technicolor, Cinestyle, Technicolor. And I I've been using it because it's the only way that I can take video. Because if I just take a video, even on neutral, like, and I can go into neutral in the picture profile specifically, and then pull back a little bit of the contrast and stuff. And when I take a video and I put it on my computer to look at it, it crushes the blacks and the whites are just overexposed. It's so, I don't understand. So anyways, I'm using Technicolor CineStyle, and it's a bit better. It's the only way I can really use it at all. But like I said, if I have to change anything, like if this is too underexposed right here, or if my face is too overexposed and I try to bring it down or change it, it just loses just all detail. So I don't know if that's just, like, I don't know if that's just the camera or if that's just me, because I see people's YouTube videos and the colors, they look good, even if it's not like a person that specifically does things with cameras. Like I watch ASMR because it helps me fall asleep, and some of those people, you know, like in the description it says, like, you know, I use a Sony A6000 or whatever, or a Canon, whatever, and their colors look great, and there's footage is not grainy, and I don't understand it. I don't know. I don't know. So I'm not sure if it's me. I'm not sure if it's the camera, but I've been using this camera for a while now. Sometimes I don't have that. Like, okay, sometimes I get footage and it looks pretty good, but I don't know. It's like, no matter how good it looks in some spots, some of it is ruined. Like some of it is clipped somewhere. It's too high or too low. Like this footage might come out looking really, really, really good, except for like 3 balloons on my shirt or something. Might be like overexposed, or that you might lose detail in the beard and you can't see anything. And like, I don't know what to do about that. Like I said, I don't know if it's me. I don't know if it's the camera. I'm just looking for guidance. I'm pretty new to this, so thank you. All right, so I went ahead and I put the camera on auto, and I'm going to see if any of these problems are resolved. Hopefully, I wish that there was a way to like put it on like auto exposure or auto ISO mode. I don't know how to do that. I'm pretty sure that there is when I looked in the camera, but I'm frustrated already. So I don't know. I just want proper exposure, man. I just want proper exposure and the ability to maybe color grade a little bit. I don't even want to like color grade and put a crazy grade on it. I just want to color correct, right? I want to record footage that isn't clipped or isn't crushed completely, and then make it look slightly better, right? Because if I record in Technicolor, like CineStyle, whatever, sometimes it looks really, you know, looks too flat, depending on how much I pull back the contrast in the little menu. And if it looks too flat, then it doesn't, you know, it doesn't look good compared to other footage or just in general on its own. It doesn't look good. So, but if I record it straight out of the camera, even on neutral, it'll crush the blacks completely, lose all detail, and probably clip the whites. So I don't know, I just need guidance. Maybe auto mode with CineStyle will help. Maybe it won't. I'm not sure until I look at it. But I don't know, because I can color grade, like color correct and grade footage from other cameras, no problem. So if that's the case, then, you know, if it's really not me and it's the camera, then I guess I just have to buy another camera. I heard from like a lot of people, oh, this camera is so good for YouTube. This is a really good little cheap camera. It's pretty good for YouTube, does photos well. I mean, I don't know, dude. I don't know. It hasn't been doing, you know, the proper thing for me. But like I said, it might just be me. So if anybody has any tips, let me know. If it's all me and I'm an idiot, let me know. If it's the camera, let me know. Thanks.